Hi everybody, is there anybody online? I will start now. Hello, sorry for the delay. There were some technical problems I didn't notice when I started to stream, and now they seem to be fixed, and we can start again. So let's go. Uh, First of all, we need a spotlight. We want to do a picture like this with the light gales and from the light beam, so that we can see those blinds on top of the figure and behind the figure, with the figure itself throwing a shadow onto the background. As a light gale, you can use any JPEG file or any image file at all, and in general, and it doesn't have to be an alpha map or a PNG file. This is also just a JPEG file with white and black lines. So let's go. First of all, we need a spotlight. We just take it as it is, and we put it here. We can see it from the side a little bit. The spotlight itself is not so important. It just throws a light through our next object, a primitive. A primitive, we use a plane and set positive axis and a size 1. It's big enough because we will place it in front of our spotlight. The size is not so important at the moment. We just want to put a picture on it, and we want to have the light from the spotlight through this plane. We can call it light gale. So onto the next primitive behind it. So there will be another primitive, also in set positive axis, with a size of 2, so double the size, and we place it behind, somewhere behind this. So now we have a setup like this, and it's pretty cool. What we need is first the light gale attached to the spotlight, because if we want to move the light gale moves with it, and that's what we need, of course. Let's reset this. And second one is the light gale has to be an iRay immersive shader on it. Has to be immersive. If you don't have this, like I described yesterday in your scripts menu, you will find it in your shader presets, iRay DAZ Überbase, and here it goes. There is an immersive shader. You need to select it in your scene tab, and you need to select it in your surface tab, and then you can make it immersive by a double click. So, or if you have it here in the script menu, that's the short way. Yeah. Now we have immersive plane. It's not anything to see. You can see nothing now. We want to go all through these settings until we have a light here. One of the really important things is that you don't have a dome. You need only the scene light, because if you have a dome around it, I will show it in a moment here, and it is way too bright, it will swallow the light from the beam from here. So you can turn this off, or at all turn it off like this, scene only light. Yeah. Okay, we don't need an intensity here. We can set it to 1. Scene only light and the immersive light plane here. It's indicated by the color of the light at the moment. So the light is given here. The color of the light is the temperature is 2900. If we put it to 6500, the color changes, the gray, but it's a white original. It's a white one. So what we need is the settings to throw light through this on display. The base color has to be white or gray. You will see later. Now you can see the light beam on it here from the spotlight. What we need next is the glossy color. The glossy color is most important thing because this one takes the image. Yeah, you browse your image folder, and now we take a disco light over here, and we put the image into the glossy color. It's not necessary to put it in the base color where we usually have it. It's in the glossy color. The glossy color effect will be scatter and transmit. The reflectivity can be 0, there's nothing to reflect. The refraction index can be 1. The reflection weight can be 1 also. Now you can see what happened. With the reflection weight to 1, yeah, you can see it here, and then in real time, because I have it set to NVIDIA iRay settings and in real time. It calculates and renders in real time on my machine at the moment because it's fast enough. With the reflection weight, you can see how much light goes through it, and we want to have it, of course, completely done into to 1. Sorry, my English is not my native language, so I'm sorry. If you don't understand something, just ask. I can repeat everything, and it's no problem to me. Just ask and feel free to ask anything. So what we do with the spotlight and the light tab is in the photo matrix we raise the lume because we want to have it brighter, like in a cinema or something, or in a discotheque. So we raise the lume to it, and the light came through. The surface can be pretty normal. It doesn't have to be an iRay shader. We lower the color a little bit, the gray point. It's depending on what you want to have. If you use an image map for the light gear, sometimes it's better to have it in a gray tone, not in pure white, because it might be too bright and you can't see the details on the picture. We will test it when the setup is finished. Okay. So, are there some questions up to here? Oh, wait a second. If you want to type in some questions. Oh, I'm alone, so there are no questions at all. Okay, let's go. So what we have here now is this. We can now push this one further back until the light, so something like this, until the light it fills the whole screen. If you want the screen to be more like this, you feel free to do so, and move it back until the light fits the image. So the plane itself just needs nothing special. Just it needs the diffuse color to show how intense it will receive the beam. As you can see here, we put it back to white. The spotlight can be a bit brighter now, as we can see. So put it up, something like this for the moment. And now we put our figure between the light and the screen. I will use Genesis 2 female. Takes a second to load. There she is. Go back to texture shaded, not so we don't have to wait for her. And we move between something like this. More closer to the screen. The further she is from away from the screen, the bigger the shadow will be, of course. And we want a small, nice shadow. So we place it somewhere here. So if we use our array preview, you can see the beam is on her and the shadow is nicely done on the screen. So I'll place it a little bit further. So that's very nice. So then we add a camera with our perspective view. Switch to the camera. And we find a nice looking something like this. So what we can see now is the light there on the light here on her. But we don't want to have those disco lights. We want to have blinds. So what happens now? The light gear tiles are way too big on the image. So we try to lower them. Let's see when it fits. Something like this looks cool already. 8 times. This looks much nicer. And then to have the settings we want to have like this, because we wanted her eyes with a light on it, and the rest is egal. So the light is important on her eyes. We can see her eyes now. So you get it, you get the idea already. You can, with a light gear, with a spotlight, a plane as a light gear, you can do anything to it. So also, if you want to put an image on it, it depends how it looks. It depends on the size of the image, on the size, how you tiled it on let's see, let's get back to 8 and 8. So now like this, you can see here some trees, a meadow, and if you change the offset again, so, and horizon offset too. So now she stands in a forest, or in front of a forest picture that comes from the beamer. We call the spotlight the beamer, and you can move a little bit closer to the wall, to the background. So the shadow is too big for my taste. So we have a nice look at see, but a little bit too dark now. If you want to, you can turn on the dome again, but keep in mind you need to lower the intensity of it, of course, much. So you can something like this. There's a shadow, there's a light gear on her body, so you can see her face and everything, and it's not too black and white, not too dark in her face. So we go back to the light gear and switch to the blinds, because it's what we wanted to do today. So this can be 1 again, which is not necessary. 8, okay, 6, and yeah, that's also nice. And the vertical offset again up to her eyes, like this, a little bit closer. So now this is already looking decent, nice. Now we dress her up. The clothing in our case today will be the Luftbell Urban hoodie and the jeans. So we attach the jeans to it. And we attach the hoodie to the Genesis 2 female. And we need a pose, something normal, like this, standing in front. Sorry, standing in front of the screen. The eyes I want to have pointed to the camera. Looks better this way, in my opinion. Now she's looking right to the camera, and we can bend her head a little bit, like this. I hope you like it so far. What we need now is some hair for her, because we want to also show today to try to avoid the poke-throughs if you have hair and the hoodie or a hat or a cap or whatever. Now you can see the hair is poking through the hoodie. That's not what we want. So we we pick the hoodie from our scene, and in our parameters tab we scroll down to the collision item. The collision item is set to the Genesis female, what is fine for us so far, because it should be collided in the body everywhere. But if we use the fashion hair as a collision item, you can see it smoothes around the hair. There are some minor poke throughs here and here. You can see it. That's what we change in a second. So, but you can see the idea. If you put your clothing normally to your figure, and then you pick the clothes and make the hair the collision item, not the other way around. You should try. You should take this. If you make it the other way around, and I didn't try it yet, but I think the hair will try to cover the hoodie then, not the other way around like we need it, but the hoodie covers the hair. So with the collision item, we have also the collision iterations. We raise this, and we have the smoothing iterations. We raise them to 4. Wait a second. So it's much better. Hoodie seems to be closed now. What we can now do, so we don't need to raise this. The adjust cap of the hoodie, we can raise a little bit to 25% to make it a little bigger, so it's not like it's stiff on the hair. It's a little bit loose. on the hair. The fashion hair gets some color now. Something like the blue, or the dark one here. Something like this. Oh, that's all. So it just took 20 minutes, 30 minutes to describe, maybe. That's pretty easy for everything. I'm sorry, I have a cold since today, and not complete healthy. So this was pretty easy, pretty fast, and I hope you get the point. If you want to make it a little bit better, the light gear vertical offset, you can see here a bigger space than here and here and here and here. This is a space where after 10 vertical tiles, where we have another tile starting. This is another tile and this is another tile. So the vertical offset, raise it a little bit to the top. Something like this. And you can see here the next tile is showing up. So we get a bit closer to the figure. A little bit down until it fits our needs. Okay. A little bit more down. And slightly closer. Now it's fine. Yeah, this is okay. So we can lower the vertical tiles a little bit, the offset, because we want to have the eyes looking nice through it. And that's it. Sorry, it's not more. It doesn't take longer. Sorry, I have to drink something. Thank you. That's all, folks. Here's the stream. And here's what we did. So I say thank you and bye bye.